Are you sitting in a space where you are struggling with anxiety? Do you feel like a prisoner to the cycles of depression? Do you feel stuck in your life and feel frustrated and lost, but yet you know there is so much more on the other side of this mental breakdown? I want to hold your hand through this therapeutic life healing journey. I will help you navigate emotional healing, spiritual growth, and taking action so you can align your mind, body, and spirit to completely transforming your life. You are worthy of the life of your dreams, of stepping into your power and experiencing your breakdown as your breakthrough. Hey, I'm Adit. I'm a therapist, a mindset coach, and I want to partner with you so we can heal your life together. Welcome back to Therapeutic Life Healing with me, Adit, your host. I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you for tuning in from all over the world. I see you tuning in from Japan, Canada, friends out in the US and Ireland and South Korea. Hello, friends in the UK and the Philippines, Sweden, Mexico, Portugal, Australia, Iceland, Bermuda, Germany, and Singapore, just to name a few. I am so glad you're here and tuning in to invest in your healing journey, your growth journey, just your life's journey. We're all here to better ourselves for ourselves and possibly also for the other people in our lives so that we can live in a community and safe relationships that feel really good to us. So today's topic is actually going to be signs of emotional safety in your relationship. So I'm going to talk about the 5 signs of emotional safety in your relationship. Before we dive in, I just want you to think of a friend, a family member throughout this episode as well. And thinking about sending them this episode, you can just text them the link and let them know why you think it might be helpful for them to hear it, or your own takeaways and thinking that they might benefit from hearing it as well. We all could benefit from hearing more positive messages from each other and sharing that with one another. So I hope you use this episode as that for your own connections. So without further ado, let's dive into today's episode, signs of emotional safety in your relationship. This could be friendships, romantic partners, family relationships, coworkers, really anybody that you have a relationship with. So the first sign of emotional safety is that you're not afraid to only speak up to them because you feel your thoughts and feelings are accepted without judgment. Sometimes we're afraid to speak up our truth and offer up what's really on our mind because we feel our thoughts or feelings will be rejected and or they'll be judged. And so we often pull back and we don't share what's really on our mind, even if we're not okay with something or something bothered us. Say if our boss or a coworker, we're busy doing something and they interrupted us, or, we don't give them feedback, or, they cross a boundary. Maybe they speak to you in a certain way and you don't like that. That doesn't work for you. When we don't share what is happening for us, then they'll never know and they'll just keep repeating that and you'll just keep being bothered. The other thing is in friendships or with family, and even your partner, when something happens in the relationship, if something bothers you that a friend did or said, or your partner or family, being able to open up and speak, it might be really difficult with family. There's a lot of comfort there because that's the people that you've spent the most time with. And there's like a lot of likely unresolved childhood trauma and resentment that's held. And so they come out in these passive aggressive ways. So oftentimes we don't feel emotionally safe in our relationships. And that can carry into then partnerships and friendships. So if you notice the people in your life right now that you can open up and speak to them and tell them how you feel, then you have built that relationship with them. And if it's not the case, I would encourage you to work on that with them and talk to them about, if you can, if it feels safe to, how you experience them, and vice versa, being open to hear them back about how they experience you. I think it's important. This goes both ways. So these signs are not only for you, but thinking about the other people in your life and how they feel in return with you. Are other people afraid to speak up to you and share their thoughts because they're going to feel rejected and judged? And maybe even seeking out that from other folks in your life and asking them, hey, like, do you feel like you can open up to me, or do you feel like I accept you without judgment? You can kind of check for these just by asking directly. So the second sign of emotional safety in your relationship is you can disagree on issues because you feel sure that the relationship can sustain and even grow from the discomfort. I always tell my clients that conflict is actually a great thing to have in a relationship, and it can really serve as a purpose and a catalyst for further growth, connection, and understanding of what each other needs. But we have to see conflict as that. We have to understand that our disagreement doesn't make us bad people or wrong. It just means we have differences in opinion or differences in experiences or needs, and we can confront them. We can use them as a way to talk about that discomfort as something we can do differently moving forward and grow from that experience, grow from that discomfort. But if we stay silent, then again, we're just, ending up building resentment, using passive aggressive language or communication, and then we take it out in other ways or on other people, and it never ends up serving anybody. In the end, it just ends up building more separation. The third sign of emotional safety in your relationship is you don't have to change yourself for them because you feel that they will accept the authentic you, that you don't have to kind of be someone you're not or be someone for them. And that ends up totally changing who you are. Now, we all absolutely bend and sort of mold in a way that really serves that person's needs in a relationship. And that can be as a very healthy way to meet each other's needs if your partner is also reciprocating that back to you. And that is just kind of a known agreement that you change in those moments. Like you might go out of your comfort zone, for example, if you're not someone who likes to text a lot, but your partner really enjoys hearing from you throughout the day. So you go out of your way a little bit and you text them, right? This might be your authentic you, but you're stepping outside of that to just meet your partner's needs. But at the same time, this is kind of an overall, are you changing your values? Are you shrinking yourself down? Are you not sharing parts of yourself, the joys with your partner or your friend? You notice that you're hiding certain parts of yourself because you don't want them to see the real you because they would judge you. The fourth sign of emotional safety in your relationship is you can say no because they will support you in honoring your mental energy. It's really important that other people in your life, that they support your rest, support your mental health, your well-being, and honor your decisions. So when you say no, they don't take it personal and they actually cheer you on to let you know that they care about you taking care of yourself. Now, if it becomes something that happens to you, notice that if you get upset, and so offering that same grace back to the other people in your life when they say no to you, not personalizing your no, because we just don't know what other people are going through. You yourself are asking for grace from other people. So just being able to honor each other's no is so important in building that emotional safety. The fifth sign of emotional safety in your relationship is that you feel conversation is reciprocal because you feel that they are interested in your interests as much as you are for them. So it goes back and forth, simple things like, how are you? And they ask, how are you? How was your day? How are you feeling? How's work going? How's whatever the thing that you're working on? How have you been feeling about that? Just kind of this process of getting to know each other ongoingly, that it doesn't end up stopping. You don't feel like, we just know everything about each other, so we just don't even reciprocate conversation, or I feel like I'm the only one asking the questions and I don't get those asked back. People won't be able to read your mind. So if that is happening, and if you do feel emotionally safe in your relationship, to name that and say, hey, I oftentimes am the one who's asking the question, but I'd like to be asked that back too. And I don't feel like I'm receiving that from you. And just let the person know, whether it's friend, family, romantic partner, it's important to have that relationship build in a way that is reciprocal. That's when we grow in our healthy relationships and feel that connection, that bond even deeper. So those are your 5 signs of emotional safety in your relationship. I hope that they will serve you on your healing and growth journey. And may you let the people know who you feel emotionally safe with that you appreciate them for having built that kind of energy and allowing this like co-creation in the relationship. Of course, you're contributing to that, but so are they. And just letting them know, hey, I really appreciate that I'm able to build this relationship with you because here are the specific unique things that you do to make this relationship even better. And I just enjoy my time with you. I feel safe with you. I feel good in your presence. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week, my friends, and we'll meet here next week with a new episode. In the meantime, go ahead and check out an episode that you haven't heard before. I have over 80 episodes, so if you haven't tuned into one, check it out, scroll through, see what resonates for you, take a listen. And then share that episode with a friend, a family, someone that you think would benefit from hearing from it. And if you haven't already, would love to hear from you. Send me an email if you have ideas on a topic you'd like me to speak on. I'll see if I can, but you can reach out to me anytime at hello@aditc.com. It's also in the show notes. I would love to hear from you and hear what you think would be helpful to hear about. With that, I wish you a wonderful week and take good care of yourselves and take good care of each other.
Thank you so much for listening to the Therapeutic Life Healing Podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please take a moment right now and think of one friend you can share your biggest aha moment from this episode. And if you haven't already, please leave me a review. I read each and every single one of them. I know you're someone who values helping others, and by taking these actions, you help me help more people. And as a thank you, I would love to send you my free swirl quiz to help you discover your unique life balance and boundaries. You can access this free quiz by going to aditc.com and signing up. I hope you find the moments of peace throughout your week you so deserve. Be well, friend, and see you next Friday.